Y'all, this is not even formal, okay? Because the way EJ the TV junkie, kind of breadcrumbed me, my good sissy, Latoya W, who you guys see around here, they've been asking me about this for a while. Okay, been talking about it for a while. EJ's been covering it since it began, season one, and now season four is about to begin on November 28th. And y'all, when I tell you I'm invested, when I tell you that I'm sat, when I tell you that it got me, y'all, after watching the first episode, I was hooked. And it's probably not for the reasons you think I would be hooked. If you guys are new here, though, my name is Ashley. This is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And I am here to put you on. Okay. And really, I was put on. Like I said, my sissy Latoya and EJ the TV junkie were like all the Queensmen, all the Queensmen, all the Queensmen. I took my tail over there to BET Plus, sat down, watched the first episode. And do y'all know that I binged these 3 seasons in a couple days? I sure did. I sure did. Everything else was low priority. And y'all, if I could be honest with you, male strippers give me the ick. They do. I don't be thinking that, listen, it's just a lot for my delicate sensibilities. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot for me. And so when I knew that that was the premise, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I could be over here. I don't know. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can, because that Bolo, he's something totally different. Now, them other ones, but that one, Doc, yeah. Yeah. Okay. But no, what more than anything, like I said, that wasn't even the reason that really got me hooked, is I love Eva's portrayal of Madam in this show, you guys. If I could invent, imagine, create a female gangster, it would be Madam. It would be Madam. And to see her character over these these 3 seasons really has, I mean, listen, I'm here for the foolishness. I'm here for the extraness of it all. I'm here for the camp of it all, the ludicrousity of it all. I'm here for it. I listen, I am. She just happens to have a bundle of dynamite in her purse. Okay. My girl just got it like that. She got machetes and stuff. She has a guillotine. Okay. Girl, I believe you. I believe it. Do you hear me? The way I'm invested. Now, I will say that overall, the story is intriguing. Now, this was a series that was created by Christian Keys, right? And apparently he had a very big part in the first season as far as his hand in production, direction, all of that. And then from what I understand, licensing went over and Tyler Perry directed the remaining seasons. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but either way, I'm invested. I enjoy the premise that Madam is this female pimp, right? But she don't pimp women. She pimps these men. She pimps these, you know what I'm saying. And not only that, but she runs gangs. She has this club. She's doing all of the things that you would think a gangster would do. And she's following in her father's footsteps, who we initially believe has Alzheimer's. Okay. And spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched any of it, click off, go watch it, and then come back. Okay. To get this tea. Cause I'm not going to be exhaustive. I just had to hop on it before season 4 premieres to let y'all know that I'm going to be covering it. So we think Daddy's got Alzheimer's. The sister is played by Ronnie from the Players Club, but all grown now. And she doing the most in front of her daddy because she want that check. Because apparently the Black Rock Boys, a gang that he used to run, kicks her back a little something. And maybe he gets Social Security too, honey. She's getting a little check, but she's leaving him there abandoned, in his own mess. Apparently she was having smecks in front of her daddy, like doing the most. And so immediately from the first season, you're like, okay, Eva's this gangsta and she is merciless and all of these things, but she has a heart. Because not only does she love her father, but when we see this young woman who's seemingly in trouble, we see her jump to her aid, jump to her rescue. Okay. And apparently that's the thing, baby. What you need? You need food, you need clothes. I got you. All right. I got you. Now, we did see some characters leave. I believe the Master Top, which y'all tried it with that, with the essay and all that. Something I don't need. I know it happens, but that was a lot. We didn't really see him after the first season. And it wasn't for me. But I will say that her character over these last couple seasons, the only note I had is I would want to see more of that compassionate nature, right? And I get it. You fly really close to the sun, your people are threatening you, you have to be more, whatever. But I love that they painted her with some complexity the first season, but it seems like after that, it's just all brutality. It don't matter if it's her nephew, anybody could get the business, okay? Anybody could get it. And speaking of nephews, in the first episode of season 1, we meet her nephew Amp, who has just gotten out of prison for what we later find out is unaliving his girlfriend. All right. He was drinking and driving, got into an accident. He can't really recall it, but her mama does. All right. Her mama recalls it and is basically like, you unalived my daughter. You were mad. You were fighting. You were cussing at her, right? In the car, and you drove into oncoming traffic to intentionally take her out. So he's done 9 years and he seems like a changed man. He don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do any of the things. He really doesn't even want to be a part of Madam, his auntie's club. He wants just to go legit, get a nice job, whatever, and do that. He moves into the halfway house and immediately this little joker that he's with is super suspicious. I knew he couldn't be trusted. And he was making all these funny faces, but apparently he's not alone. He and one of the workers in the halfway house are all on this mission, apparently to get him or just to get his auntie's money. I don't know. They didn't really flesh that out well enough for me. If they did and I just missed it, drop it in the comments. Because again, it's a fever dream at this point because I watched it over the course of a couple days. And so we see his journey through the halfway house and eventually becoming a dancer. And was he my favorite dancer? No. I don't know. The thing about Amp is he looks like one of my brothers. He looks like my brother. He looks like my brother Bobby. And I just, yeah, you know what I mean? It just doesn't do it for me. And so we kind of see him and Dime, the DJ, who is apparently a former stripper that Madam has rescued. And now, she will do whatever Madam says. And they end up falling in love and having this whirlwind relationship until she finds a bag of money under his bed. She tells Madam that, this is the money that Madam was missing because Madam has been robbed. Now, here's the thing, Dime. I can't stand the character. I can't stand DJ Dime. DJ Dime could go jump off the nearest whatever. I don't like her character. I think she's annoying. I think it's redundant. I know we need her here and maybe we just need something else to go on in her life. But outside of this weird relationship with Amp and her collecting money every night, I don't really know who she is. But I do know that you're weird as hell for just finding something in your man's apartment and not talking to your man about it first. Because after that, as a result, he is almost unalived by Madam. And until they find out, no, this was his own money, okay, that he had just gotten out of a safety deposit box. He hadn't had time to put it in the bank or invest or whatever. And now you've created enmity, not only in your relationship with him, but also him and his auntie, the only person in this world that love him. Because where is his mama? All right. And so it just was gross. And so after that, we see his character completely devolve. He drinking, he's screwing, he unaliving more people. It's just really gross. And I mean, though, how he treats Dime is cold blooded. And so ultimately he comes to himself and later we see him trying to get back with Dime. But by this time, Dime has met Big D. Big D not even my type, y'all, but he fine. I don't know if it's the New Orleans accent, all right? I don't know what it is, but Big D, uh-huh, uh-huh, mm-hmm. I don't know, any little too. I don't know what it is. But he do something because he is after Dime. But Big D is not who he claims to be. Because all the while this is going on, everybody's trying to take Madam down because Madam be electrocuting people, beheading people, doing the most. Everybody hates her. Okay. The police hate her. These government officials hate her. And so throughout the entire series up to this point, we always see people trying to take her out. Well, she comes across the concierge. She gets in his crosshairs because she unalives a person who launders his money, her ex-business partner, right? And so when that happens, he has to make a connect with her because he's still gonna need this money launderer, but he works for the cartel. He's married to the cartel's daughter. Of course, Madam and him have this illicit affair, and baby Christian Keys at 50 something, however old you were, sir. Hmm. You too. You too, big fine. Okay. And we don't really see him much, I don't think, after the second season. And I'm waiting for him to come back. We keep getting phone calls and stuff, but we haven't actually seen him. And I'd be here to see him because what you finna do with Madam? That's the question. And so now, there's this thing. His wife gets jealous, tries to come for Madam, and Madam, she don't care who you are. Now, and this was the thing I didn't think was smart. And even her daddy tells her that when we discover he doesn't really have Alzheimer's. Girl, why would you go and fool with the cartel? Why would you go and fool with them people? There had to be another way than going nuclear and cutting off this lady's head, because now they're gonna have to get it back in blood, one way or the other. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be your daddy? Is it gonna be your nephew? Is it gonna be your sister? Is it gonna be who? Is it gonna be? That's the question. And what happens with you and concierge going forward? Because he said it had to be up and stuck after that point. Again, we have a lot of different little minor stories going on. The strippers are always getting in trouble, but the strippers ride for her. Another character I despise, who's probably just under Dime. Well, he's way worse than Dime. Dime is just a casual annoyance. Babyface, I hate Babyface. I hate his character. Nothing redeeming about him. I don't know why the ladies go for him. I don't know why Tandy's on his jockstrap. But speaking of Tandy, she's right on the list under him and her dead husband. Because girl, you are diabolical and sick. What they did to Ray Sean, they must do time. They must do time. They must do time. And so again, the dynamic in the club is junior strippers wanting to be, the established OG triple OGs, but to be the OG triple OGs, you got to put in that work. Okay. And so we see that. We see the only female stripper there, Trouble, who is really just trying to find her way there, but committing crimes all the time. By season 3, honey, everybody's doing the absolute most, and we are in utter and complete turmoil. And y'all need to be slapped for the way that y'all cut out season 3. If I had to wait a whole year after the finale of season 3, episode 16, I would have been ready to fight somebody. But thankfully, I only have to wait a week to get to it. Because don't just take the daddy and cut the show off. Like, okay, we see a video. Oh my gosh, my daddy. Okay, we got a lot of other irons in the fire. A lot of other stuff is going on, and I need answers. You guys drop it in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to come back and for us to do a predictions video for season 4. We can dissect the finale of season 3 and talk about everything that's left up in the air and what we think is going to happen. I'd absolutely be here for that. But you guys, I'm locked and loaded for season 4. I will be here every week with bells on. And maybe some special guests. You never know. I'm just going to set it right there. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Do everything for your good sis. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Yeah. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.